Sakhi. Sakhi.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're very glad that you're here. We had our time on a Sunday evening. Today we saw, we're just a small glimpse of these diasporic, beautiful dancers, Barkha Patel and Tanveer Alam. Barkha Patel, she's a New York-based Kathak dancer, a choreographer, and an artist director of Barkha Dance Company. Barkha is a recipient of 2023 Juried Bessie Award and 2024 Princess Grace Award. She's also performed at Jacob's Pillow, Joyce Theatre, a dance theatre, Hallam, and across the world in different prestigious festivals. Thank you, Barkha, for joining us, all the way from New York City. And we have Tanveer Alam, a Toronto-based Kathak artist trained under Sudeshna Maulik and Sandhya Desai. Tanveer has performed globally and choreographed for renowned platforms like New York Kathak Festival, Vilaya Festival in Pittsburgh, and Navatman Black Box Kathak. We're really honored to have you guys here, and we're going to see more of you. So before further ado, I'm going to call Manish Saxena, who's our lead advisor of Aadyam Handwoven, to share a few words about this event.
So I know you people have waited long enough and we don't want to, sort of tire you more. But it's just that certain things we have to do as mandatory because it's important to understand where they come from. But before that, I'll just take a minute to tell you about the brand Aadyam Handwoven. Maybe many of you are already familiar with it. We are about an impact brand first and, so to say, a commercial brand later, because we are a social enterprise which is for the benefit of handloom weavers. We work with weavers across India, and we co-create the product and bring it to connoisseurs of textiles like you. And the way we therefore look at it is that how we have to ensure that the storytelling part, that the storytelling, So it's important for us to communicate the story behind textiles, and which is why we work on a, so to say, hashtag called Culture Beyond Textiles. And the whole premise of Culture Beyond Textiles is that how we familiarize people with what goes behind. So, and in that genre, I feel Kathak is really an important one because it actually is all about Shringar. It is about how, you amalgamate various aspects of beauty and Shringar and culture into the performance itself. So we'll also just take 2-3 minutes to actually also know a little bit more about them, because they are here from, like Vishesh pointed out, that they are here from New York and Toronto, and they've been in India for now about 4 months, or is it slightly low? 2 months, okay. And they've performed in already many cities. So, I think I would love to hear from you as to how firstly, of course, how your India experience has been, because I think you've done shows already in various cities.
To answer Manish's question, performing in India has been a treat. To come back home from New York and to present to our audiences, to our families, to our friends, It's been an honor. It always is. We come pretty often, like once a year, to do performances, whether it's solos or duets. So it's been wonderful. Tanveer?
Yeah, I think with Barkha, with what Barkha has said, I think with performing in India also comes a huge amount of we come with a huge amount of humility because we're very cognizant that we work in the diaspora, and we both do this full time in the diaspora, which means that we don't do anything else. We work in the arts full time. Our blood, our grit, our pain, our love, everything goes into dance. And it's a privilege that we have, but it's a privilege that comes with a lot of work behind it. And so to bring our art and our sensibility of Kathak to its homeland is a thing that requires a lot of, I think, conviction, as well as respect for what is being done here and how it's being done here. And I think Barkha and I really keep that at the forefront of our practice. And we don't take that lightly because there's such incredible practitioners of the form here across so many South Asian dance forms. And we realize that we also have to meet it in some ways, and we also work in different ways as well.
No, I'm also just curious to know that what actually drove you to it, because you're born and brought up abroad. So what was the starting point, if you'd just like to share that with us?
I was actually born in India. I just happened to be born in India, but brought up completely in the States. So Kathak is meant to be, in a lot of classical dance forms, have started out as solo dance forms. So it's a solo artist presenting their craft. And living in the diaspora, we are pretty siloed. Tanveer in Toronto, me in America. We have our communities, of course, but to be able to find a collaborator that understands your way of thinking, your way of moving, and wants to actually collaborate is quite difficult at times. And so Tanveer and I have been good friends. We've been watching each other's work across the border for many, many years. And it was just one of those, like, let's do something, kuch karte hai saath mein, and let's see how we can take it. And a lot of the work you'll see tonight, the duet work, a lot of it was the ideations were developed over Zoom, multiple Zoom calls, and how do we want to do this? What do we want to do? That was really the start of it. Like, how do we take what we've practiced here, what we've established, and what our gurus have given to us in the diaspora, and then, of course, take it to India. That was the one start of it, and Tanveer can carry this.
And then the work in itself was actually built in India. So we had the opportunity, like Barkha said, to talk over things and to ideate and to have these visions and ideas. But as a lot of artists and dancers would know, once you get into the room of the practice, some things go right out the door at the beginning, and some things develop and become different things. So the building of the project happened quite in a very concentrated manner. We worked on it for, I think, 2 weeks before we did our first performance. And then as we kept performing through the country over these last 4 or 5 weeks, the work has continued to shift. And even today, it's slightly different from how we've done it the first time. Yeah.
Nice, thank you so much. So I just thought it would be nice to know them because they're performing in Hyderabad for the first time.
शाम संग होरी खिलत जिया दिन रतियाँ सतावत कन्हाई अमानत नाई बतियाँ सखीरे मुँह पे लाल रंग डारो आज शाम संग होरी खिलत जियरा आज शाम संग होरी खिलत जियरा सखीरी मुँह पे लाल रंग डारो
I want to share two more things. As I was watching it, I was thinking that one is about this whole purity, and I think today and lately I have seen so many versions of so many dance forms being mutilated just in the name of modernity or composition or for more palatable reasons. And I think there is something that is required to remain in this pure form because that's why it survived centuries. It survived so many years, and I think we are just very in a rush to distort all this. And I think we as a responsible brand, because we talk about authenticity, restoration, revival, even in our textiles, I think it is really important for us to bring people to you or performers to you who actually believe in the same ideology. And I'm so glad that we keep finding these lovely gems like Tanveer and Barkha who actually are pure about their form while at the same time making it more, so to say, even global or even more, sort of more energetic and convincing because certain forms need to evolve. And I think it is important for it to evolve. The second thing I wanted to say, and I am sure you are realizing that, nothing can replace this intimate way of interacting because you get to see the expressions, you get to see how the dancer is feeling, you become a part of it. So I think more and more that I'm attending these kind of intimate settings, I'm actually finding auditorium setting really difficult to, sort of engage with because, the dancer or the performer is so away from you. And I hope you're enjoying that aspect of this. And this is what we want to bring to you. So yes, Barkha and Tanveer, if I've given you enough break, yes, please. You're right there. Yeah. रंग सबके नसीब दा साथ सुहाग रंग नसीब दा खेले दुख सुख आग बिचोली हो सुख दुख आग बिचोली जी में तू जाने तू